I've stuck to the usual camera setup this time. I didn't bother with the cheap £10 camera that I'd put on the left hand side. So it's just the 4 drift cameras. The Ghost S on the helmet pointing forwards, the Ghost X on the helmet pointing backwards. Got a Stealth 2 under the nose cone, and that's there as a backup for the Ghost X on the right hand side of the fairing, which failed that time. Seems to be alright at the moment, or at least it was still recording when I got to the petrol station anyway, so I'm expecting that'll be alright. I've got my next layer up. It was a TOG 24. They call it a base layer, but it's quite a loose fit, and I'll put it on over the top of the base layer. Feels quite warm if you want the truth. I've also got a Regatta Conlon jacket. It's windproof, fleece on the inside, and I have to admit I am feeling toasty warm just at the minute. A bit Michelin manish as well. So this is a route I've done probably a few times. I've been on this road quite a lot. We're going out past Lake Mere, and then a bit of a circle, and then home again. Not a heavy duty ride at all. New tent arrived. I've got nowhere to set it up. I haven't got a garden. I've got a yard, but even the yard isn't really big enough. Well, I went out and tried it, all the same. Cleared a bit of space basically, and literally get it out the bag, and within a couple of seconds the tent's up. What you got to do then is peg it all down. I was well impressed. I think it took me longer to try and get it back in the bag. So I can't wait for our Scottish trip now. That tent will be up and down like a bloody rocket. I did check it, it's a 2 skin. Got a nice sized porch, and the porch has got a ground sheet in it as well. Which will be pretty good. Because really, sitting in a muddy porch trying to get your gear on doesn't go down too well. If you let you fish in that, wouldn't think so. Bit of a right turn. Well, he's a bit cheaper than the Shell garage I've just been to. I think the bike has been running a little bit better since I've been putting the more expensive fuel in. It grieves me, but if it's going to make it run better, I might as well stick with it. Well, to be fair, this isn't like a 55 or 60 litre fuel tank like you get on a car, so the difference in price isn't massive per tank full. did buy a new camera as well. Well, when I say new, it's not new, not by any stretch of the imagination. And it's not even high up the list of quality cameras, I don't suppose. But I've been looking for a camera that records in RAW because of the changes that you can make, and I got one. And I can find one easy enough. I can go to Argos and get one for about 400 quid, but I can't justify 400 quid for something that I may never be able to use properly because I'll never understand how it works. So I was looking and looking and looking and looking and looking and looking until I found Panasonic Lumix. It's an SLR style camera and it costs you 60 quid. I've been out using it, and yeah, I do tend to overexpose. I think I'm turning here somewhere. Do tend to overexpose my pictures, but that RAW format, bloody hell, can you make some changes with it? I took a picture of some houses. Nothing, not because they look pretty or anything like that. Then when I went home and looked at the picture, it looked as though I'd taken a picture through a mist. The picture was so light, and there was no colour in it. It was all washed out. Well, you load it with some software. Actually, software that works with RAW format. And literally just a few tweaks here and there, it looked a completely different picture. All the colour and everything came back. It was brilliant. I am going to have to obviously learn how to not to overexpose or underexpose or whatever it is that I do, which I'll do. I'll spend a bit of time figuring it out. But I was well impressed with that. I can't for the life of me imagine that I'd need anything better than that. It's not that bulky either. I thought it would be, but it actually isn't. I've got to turn here as well. I don't think I can get the missus into that pub. What's it like round the back? I can't see. Most pubs don't have, well, most pubs do have actual easy access for a wheelchair, but that one doesn't appear to have. I'm not a particularly good picture taker as it happens. I just tend to point the camera and press the button pretty much as far as I go. But I did meddle with a Panasonic Lumix, one of these little compact cameras they do. And if you sort the white balance out, it changes the colour of the picture. You get much different sort of, much richer colours is what I would describe them as. If you use automatic, which I did, for comparison, it tends to be a slightly bluer tint to the picture. I've learned how to do the custom colour with that one, custom white balance even, sorry. I can do the same with this one, the new one I bought. I just haven't actually tried it yet, but I believe it's very similar. I've also learned how to take pictures with the compact camera, where it'll take 3 pictures in a row, quick succession, and adjust the exposure a little bit, 1 click either side. And I believe this one will do the same. Annoyingly, they put the buttons in different places. That really pisses me off, that. But I'll learn it. And I noticed Tins on Tour had got himself, or got themselves, sorry, a drone. I was thinking, well, I have enough problems getting the drift cameras to sort of do what I want them to do. So what would I do with a drone? But I did go and have a look. And yeah, I can get some for not a lot. little fly for about 20 minutes at a time. They're about, by the time you set them up, they're about a foot square. You pack up quite small, which would be nice. But then I thought, what would I actually use one for? I don't really want to get to that stage where you stop your bike to take a photograph and then you spend 30 minutes trying to get the camera set up so that you get the perfect picture. I kind of would like better pictures, but just point the camera and press the button anyway. And I like the idea that I can just point the camera and press the button anyway and then adjust it when I get home, provided I get the focus and everything right. It should turn out better. So I think a drone is something I'm not going to do. Ow. I should admit, I'm bloody warm in this lot. Some nice pubs here, not too far away from home. We tried a few pubs that I've seen. That Arms, that was really nice. Actually really liked it in there. We haven't been able to get back for a variety of reasons, but I would like to get back there again. But there are some others a bit further down the lane that I wouldn't mind trying. Some of these round here look really quite nice. But oldie worldy, so I'm not 100% sure about being able to get in with a wheelchair, but you can at least try, can't you? That's the camera been going for half an hour, I just don't know which one it was. Kingsley. I've heard of this place, I don't think I've ever been. It's like a nice little village, a lot of oldie worldy houses. Everything for the animals in your life. Missus would think that would be me. A bit muddy around here. Now, my sat nav is telling me it's a 50 limit through here. I've seen a road sign saying it's 30. Obviously, I'm going to do 30. Cheers. turn up here. Oh, 1 1/4 miles, don't need to worry about that. Maybe it's quite a big village. Oh yeah, it is, it's a big village. Well, that wasn't on the list, was it? There we go. It's always disturbing when a sat-nav does that. It's basically a crossroads with I'm supposed to go straight across it, go to the sat-nav, which is fine. But it didn't tell me there was a crossroads there. If I'd thought it was a mile before I needed to do anything and I come hurtling along there, that would have been fucking lethal. Now it looks like it's doing the same as it did the last time I was out. It's telling me to turn left up here, but the next waypoint is a little bit further on. So I don't think it's expecting me to go left, so I'm not gonna. Unless it really means it. Can't mean that, can it? So it was asking me to go on a farmer's driveway. It pointed straight to a field. Didn't do naff all else. Glad I didn't believe it. That's a nice house somebody's building there, or extending or renovating. Nice view over the lake, I'd say. there's Hatchmere. Well, unfortunately I didn't know this was a pay and display car park. Although in all fairness, where would I put it on a motorbike that was safe? Somebody said that to me in Birkenhead, a parking attendant once. Which means you don't pay for motorbikes, is what he said. But, I don't know. Nice little dog. Yeah, so I feel like a bit of a thief now for stealing parking. Next time I'm there I'll put £2 in and just stay an hour. That'll make up for it. Been here before, I'm sure I have. Is that Dianese over there? Well, that's not bad, is it? Wasn't expecting that. Let's go in and have a coffee. Well, that was an expensive stop. I bought a GMAC jacket. I was going to wait until I got paid me overtime, but it was there. It was the right size. It was the right colour. And I am doing some overtime to pay for it, so I bought it. Bad lad, bad lad. Actually, no, I was going to be going past there. So what I bought was a GMAC Pilot jacket. It'll go with the GMAC Pilot trousers I've got at home for sort of day-to-day use. So the Dianese stuff I'll hang up now, except for when I'm going to be going out on a tour. So thankfully the jacket fitted in the top box, otherwise it'd have been screwed. Imagine trying to get home wearing two bike jackets. I've got to admit, with the layers I'm wearing today, okay, a little bit Michelin Man-ish, I would say, just a little bit, not a lot. But I am bloody toasty warm. I didn't bother to tighten up the collar on the jacket. I've got a little bit of cool air blowing down my chest a little bit, but I don't really see that as a problem. I wouldn't worry overly much about it. But the jacket itself, the Regatta Conlon jacket, is doing quite a good job of keeping wind from getting through. It's not waterproof, but then I didn't buy it for that. Now, I've paid less for the GMAC jacket. I'm not expecting waterproof, I'm not expecting windproof, I'm just expecting skin protection if I fall off. But for getting to and from work, or a short ride like this, they will definitely be okay. I'll actually let you know, I'm going to pick a rainy day now. Go and test them. The only thing I noticed with zipping the jacket to the trousers, it means anything that I'm wearing under the jacket has got to be tucked into the trousers. Sometimes I don't really want to do that. Sometimes all I want to do, put my trousers on, put on anything over the top, and then put my jacket on. And I want to be able to take my jacket off when I walk into a restaurant, or keep my trousers on. So I think the braces are still an essential item of clothing. Unfortunately, I found in a drawer the other day a decent pair of quite wide braces. I must have bought 2 pairs at some point in the past. You know what, I think I've ridden these roads so many times now. I like this one. There we go, we've done the loop now. I'm looking to have sort of 3 or 4 base layers for when I go away, so I can wear one during the day, air it, wear a fresh pair the next day, and sort of cycle through them like that. I'm hoping it means I'll carry fewer clothes, although Paul seems to think I'll still need to carry quite a lot when we go to Norway, but I'll find a way out of that. The sat nav is going straight on. Normally I turn left here, but I know what the sat nav's doing. It's going to take me to Stretton, and then I'm going to come back down Hatton Lane, past the Hatton pub, and come out at Daresbury. So I am going over there. Cafe. Road, this one. sat nav isn't keeping up with some of these speed limits because these are 50 limits here and it's telling me it's 60. I think it's the pub on the corner here I keep sort of saying we should come to. When I got this bike it had 30,800 miles on it. Right now it's 41,770, so if you call it 41,800 in round figures. I've done 11,000 miles on it in 18 months. Yeah, it is the Cat and Lion. Wouldn't mind going in there. The last bit now. Down this lane a few times. Getting to be the standard way home. I have to admit, to some extent, having done some practice riding at low speeds, I do feel a lot more comfortable.